of ownership of my 2016 Ford Focus ST. I thought what better way to do it than find some good canyon roads here in Phoenix, which I have done. South Mountain Trail Pass. These roads are nuts. Summit's probably about 3,200, 3,300 feet, so nothing crazy, but the roads getting up there are crazy. Throw it into sport mode, basically takes traction control off. And I've also seen, if you watch on Jay Leno's Garage, it says that it takes it says that it adds tightens up the dampers as well. When Jay Leno drives like a 13 or 14 Focus ST, he has one of the global engineers there for it, and that guy says, yeah, the dampers and the releases the traction control a little bit. So I think it's just the traction control and the torque vectoring that it reconfigures and lets you be a little more free. But I don't know for sure, and I can't find a clear answer on it on any of the blogs or anything. So you're gonna have to let me know about that. But we're gonna give these guys a little bit of space so we can do some more spirited driving. Just makes all of the right sounds. I mean, it also has, on these type of roads, what makes this car great is it has the torque to pull you out of the corners and not let you worry about shifting as much. Something like an SI, which I came from, you have to always be in VTEC to really be in a nice power band, and that doesn't get annoying. So that's something that's really nice about this car, is it's in a torquey engine at 270 foot-pounds. So it's really nice. One of my favorite parts of this engine, and it revs out enough to make it exciting too. This is so tight through here. Last time I came through this road, I actually scratched one of my mirrors. Took me a while to buff it out. I did get it out, but caught one of these green little tree things. I don't know what they're called, but caught my mirror off of it, and I think it was actually right up here. It's kind of overgrown. But these turns, I mean, it is crazy. This would be a fun road for an FRS or BRZ, just because of how planted that chassis is. But we're getting along just fine here. But you can see just the short bursts. I'm in second gear right now through this little, I mean, that's quick, the way this thing pulls through those little hairpins. And that's what you want out of a car like this. That's exactly why you buy it. And will still get you over 30 miles per gallon on the highway. It's tough to beat. And this is the roads where these seats make everything worth it. All the, it's not that much pain, but like when you're on a long road trip, they're a little uncomfortable. They kind of make they'll make your legs go a little numb. But on a road like this, you're planted, you don't move. And I love that. All right, so let's get into it. After 10,000 miles of ownership, what are my opinions of the outside of the car, interior? How does it drive? How's the engine perform? Have I had any issues? Am I going to make upgrades? I'm going to answer all of those questions in this video. So let's start with the interior of the vehicle. This is something from day one that I have just given nothing but praise, because it's really that good. I have the ST3 package, so that means I get the full leather Recaro seats. I also get this carbon fiber trim package, which I also absolutely adore. And the shifter is just so good. It feels good. It shifts. The feeling in the shifter is very good. So no complaints there. There's enough room in the back to fit a normal sized person. You do have to adjust the front seats usually, but again, I think you could make a long trip with 4 people in this car and essentially have no issues. But now as far as, so here we are on, we'll go to the driving dynamics part of this car because we're on an incredible road. And it is such a fun car to drive. Usually front wheel drive cars, they get beat down because, you know, when you have this much torque in a car like this, it is harder to put the power down through the front wheels. But Ford has loosened the rear suspension and sway bars to get it to where it'll let the rear end of the car rotate through turns, which is very rare for a car to feel like that, or a front wheel drive car to feel like this. So they've done a very nice job there. Really, it's hard to get this car to the point where it'll want to push and understeer through a turn, and that's just a really well done, really good engineering. But you can hear the turbo, it makes all the right sounds, and the brakes are good. There's not much fade, although I haven't taken it on a track and really been able to exploit it to get to the point where they're wearing. But like I said before, having the so much torque in this engine just makes it epic, because you can pretty much stay in second gear and pull out of anything. First gear, it does have a lot of trouble putting the power down. You get a lot of spin and wheel hop, but I'm also probably going to be getting the Mountune front rear motor mount, which is going to help that. It's sweating like a dog here because I turned the air conditioning off, but it's worth it. I just forgot to bring water, so that's a problem. But to the driving dynamics of the car, the steering wheel feels great. I do wish it was a hair thicker. On cars like Mercedes, the AMGs, and the M series for BMW, they have that really nice, thick feeling wheel. And this is, it's a little skinny, but it's not bad. It's a really good looking wheel. It feels good. It's just the hair skinny is a picky complaint that I will throw out there. But look at this road. Oh, is this great. Try to make sure I have some vision ahead of me because there's bikers and I want to be safe. But if I get some vision ahead, I'll open it up. But there's not much slip, and these tires that they put on the car too are also very good. Suspension is great. It's good for touring on the longer trips. You have, holy fuck. You have, you know, it has a sporty bounce to it, but it's not bouncing all over the place on every little turn. And that's why I don't think I'm interested in upgrading the suspension or the springs or anything, because yes, it would look a little cooler, but the way it's already stanced, I think it looks good enough. And, but look at the confidence through these turns. I mean, this is incredible. Little bit of lift there in the front wheels. There's a little bit of a slip. Rev match downshift up through. There it is. Well, they're going that way. I'm going this way. Oh, look at this. Holy shit. Well, that's the first time I've gotten air in this car, and you all got to see it. That was pretty epic. I'm sweating so bad. It's 90 out. And we're making our climb. But I mean, you can see the road I'm on, and look how well it's handling it. It's incredible. It's such a fun car to drive. And the argument between this and the WRX and the all-wheel drive, and all-wheel drive's worth it. Yes, all-wheel drive is worth it if you're stuck. You know, if I was back in Pennsylvania, I would have probably gotten the WRX. But I'm out in Phoenix and there's no snow, so I saved money, got a lot more with this, just don't have all-wheel drive, and oh man, is it fun. The exterior of the car, I have the Kona blue, as many of you know, and it's a great color. It's very hard to keep clean. I don't have a garage yet because I live in an apartment, so that's frustrating because I'm a neat freak with my car, cleaning it, literally clean it once a week. But with the cooler seasons, the stuff doesn't stick to the car as much, so it's not as bad in the winter seasons. But minor complaint. I think they did such a good job with the front end of this car, and that's really what pulled me back into looking at the Focus ST compared to the 13 and 14 models. There's rumors about the 2017 model having dual outlet exhaust similar to the RS, there's all these rumors, but there's nothing official. There's this one blog that has like all this stuff written up, and it looks like someone just made it up. So I've heard that it's going to look exactly the same. It's just things like the moonroof aren't going to be an option anymore. It'll just be on the car. And that pretty much says that they're getting ready to phase this out, and in 2018, 2019, that is when they're going to have possibly a new engine and a totally new body style for the Focus. But the Focus in general has just done extremely well for Ford, and the ST, because of its success, and the Fiesta ST, that's why you're able to have cars like the RS be built and put into production on a worldwide scale, because these cars sold so well, they knew there was a market for something that was a little bit more.